Buongiorno tutti! Welcome to Calabria Dreaming. My name is Lily and today's video is breaking news. I wanted to make this video before I go off to the beach today and tell you guys about this program that's going to be starting up hopefully in the next month. I know I made a video about, a couple weeks ago about how the government was paying people 33,000 euros to move here and how that program had expired and they had exhausted all of those funds. And now the Calabrian government is trying to pass this next incentive or law that's very, very similar to the program that was started back in January. If you remember in the last video, I talked about how 29 people were selected and the funds had been used up. It was a 700,000 euro fund that they had already used. So it was a no-go. However, the breaking news is that now the Calabrian government, because of the success of the first program, is going to be redoing the program. So it's very similar to the first one that was started back in January of 2021. And they're going to be pushing it in the next 2 weeks to get approved. And it's really exciting. So before I get started, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. And thank you guys so much for watching. The program is very similar to the last program. You have to be under 40 and you must be an Italian resident or an EU resident. So if you're coming from a foreign country like India or Pakistan, the first thing you need to do is you need to come here and get residency. And I made a video about different ways that you can get residency here in Italy. I am not an immigration specialist, so please do not email me how to immigrate into Italy, please. I get flooded with emails about how somebody can come live here, and I made a video about it, and that's pretty much all I know. So you have to get residency before you can apply to this program. So very key that you understand that part of the deal. And it's for working residents. So if you have a business that you do online, if you bring that with you to the city, there's 150 small villages that they're trying to repopulate, and they're all with less than 2,000 citizens per city. So they're very isolated. They're out in the hills of Calabria. No doubt it's absolutely beautiful, but it is very isolated. And so they're trying to repopulate them with people who already have work. So if you work off of your computer, or if you want to start doing something there, if you want to open a business, they will also give you money for that. You have to commit to this program for 5 years, okay? If you can commit to working and living in one of these underpopulated villages, they will pay you between 700 and 800 euros a month to live there. And they're also going to be doing small microloans for people who want to open a business, okay? But if you leave by the time before the 5 years is up, you have to repay all of the money back to the government. So you have to be really sure that this is something that you want to do. It's called the reddito di residenza attivo. So it's active residence income. So let me repeat that. Reddito di residenza affitto. Okay. So basically the program will give you 28,000 euros for 3 years. And then after that, you are on your own. So you have to commit to living there for 5 years, and they will pay your rent, or they will pay you 700 to 800 euros a month for only 3 years. So after the 3 years is up of them paying you the $700 to €800 per month, you have to commit and figure out a way to live there for the last 2 years. So it's really important that the people who want to apply for this are familiar with Calabria and familiar living in these smaller villages. It is not for everyone. In some of these cases, there's 150 different villages. In some of the villages, you are like several hours away from a bigger city or a hospital or schools. That being said, I mean, it's totally magical. These old villages that have been abandoned that were, from the medieval times, sometimes even older. So you could literally live in a little fairy tale land, and it's super beautiful. Some of these places might be hard to get Wi-Fi in, so something to think about. Always want to check out the village that you're applying to go. And the program has 700,000 euros, just like the first program. So once it's been used up, then it's done. But I think the first program did so well that they're going to try to continue to do this until, you know, we repopulate Calabria into its beautiful glory. We are thinking about expanding the program for villages that are less than 5,000 people. So maybe the next cycle that they do of this program, it will be for bigger villages, so less than 5,000. So some of these villages might be only a couple hundred people living there, and usually they're probably in their golden ages. Okay, so it's not like a lot of young people are living there. So if you have children, something to consider. But if you're like a digital nomad and you just need somewhere to work, as long as you can get Wi-Fi, you could get paid to live in a beautiful village in the hills of Calabria. So something for you guys to think about. I hope this information helps you. If you are an Italian or an EU resident, you can come here and they will pay you 700 to 800 euros per month for 3 years. That's a total of about 28,000 euros for the first 3 years. And then the last 2 years, you have to survive on your own. They will also help you start a small business if like you want to open a bakery or you want to open a mechanic store. There are small microloans. If you leave by the 5 years is up, you will have to repay all the money. Okay, so just be aware of that. If you guys are interested, the program is called Reddito di Residenza Attivo. So you can always look it up. As I find more information, I'll be making sure to make videos because I know a lot of you guys are really interested in these programs that Calabria are offering people. And there's Resto al Sud, there's this one, there was a one back in January, all very, very interesting stuff. And I'm learning more as I go along that there are other programs too. So as soon as I get that information clear, I will be making more videos for you guys. Thank you so much. I'm on my way to the beach. I hope you have a beautiful day. Ciao from Calabria.